Hey, what's going on? This is my video not up to anywhere. It's a road. You'll see the sign up ahead. I'm really kind of PO'd. There's this bug off to the left-hand side, but please ignore the bug. But this is this road I was looking for on Google Earth or Google Maps, and I saw this, and it's just this gray line across Google Maps, and I'm like, I was looking and looking and looking, and I couldn't find it. I had gone from one side of where the road begins, apparently, and I looked there, and I couldn't find it. And then I went to the other side where the road ends, if you will, and there was finally this sign pointing to Agualva, which is where I had gone to the first place to find it. So the start here was kind of unnerving, seeing how unpaved the road was, but it's pretty cool because there's a lot of this like vegetation, and it started to look and remind me a lot of Brazil when I had been there. So, and I was really kind of nervous to begin with because I thought the whole length of this road was going to be like this, but it started to smooth out a little in sections, and then up ahead you can see kind of where it turns into black. And at first I thought it was paved, and it looks like it's paved even when you're on it, right about here when we start driving into it. But it looks like it's paved, but what it is it's just hard volcanic rock that looks like it was either graded over and smoothed over, or just driven over many times to kind of smooth it out. But so my bike was starting to get hot through here because I was in first and second gear during that beginning section. So and the thing is Google didn't tell you anything of what this trail was, or it didn't even really have a name. So I was kind of anxious to see if it would stay like this, or how uneasy the road was. And up around this corner, I think, yeah, as it kind of dips back down after this hill climb, I was thinking that this was maybe like a utility road for something, that this was a road for maybe that got you into some ranching land. I didn't really know. And then I come up here, and it starts to kind of right up here you can see the cows off to the left, and I got nervous because right up here you see these huge bulls, and they move and then they start to run away, and I thought they were going to come towards me, but luckily they were scared of my motorcycle, so got a little nervous there. Then I come up over the hill, and then starts this gravel like packed dirt again, and it does this for quite a few miles. I kept thinking to myself how absolutely terrible and miserable this road would be to drive when it's raining, because it would just be all mud. Absolutely all of it would just be mud. So I come up here and I park, and I had seen kind of this cool ravine. And I wanted to get a better view of the ravine, so I got off the let the bike cool off a little too. There's the bike. The thing about this road that I was really kind of curious to figure out is when it started back down again, because it just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing up to Pico Alto. And as it just keeps climbing, you become really anxious as to when it's going to come back down on the other side. But I just kept riding, and then I hated these sections because the sections that weren't on this hard gravel, they were just really uneven, and they had these big like sharp boulders in them, not boulders but sharp rocks, and I didn't want to catch one the wrong way and throw it up at myself, and this is what I was wondering. It was some sort of like government sign, and I think it does. This does begin to cut through like government land, more than likely. Oh, and I see this little car come up through here, and I'm like, what the heck are these people doing? And there's these 4 people in this like, I don't know. I don't remember what car it was. I think it was like a Fiat of some sort. But thinking of how much trouble I was having, I was glad I wasn't 4 people in a car. It would be pretty miserable to get stuck out there. But then starts this hard rock road again. And then it ends. But this stretch here was pretty long and smooth. And it's funny, being on this island, your ears will still pop as you climb and climb and climb on these high roads. Up here, I think it might even be this corner. There's this, up through this gap here, but there's this van, and this van is like in the middle of the road. Yeah, and then he like swerves back, and if you could have seen his facial expressions, yeah, as you can hear, but he was off like right in the middle of the road, and I'm like, what the hell, man? Because he got all nervous and then swung the car back into his half of the road. And then back onto this hard road. Started to pick up the pace a little bit. Just trying to also be mindful of cars coming through, having seen that those two cars, just trying to be somewhat mindful of them. Right through here, it started getting really, really, really squirrely through the front tire, and I was just trying to be careful. There's this cool rock formation up towards the left hand side, and then as it curves away, I wanted to go up there, but I was just like, eh. So I keep driving. And I think there's another truck I pass up here. I don't remember. And I think that there was the beginning to a hike up to this high point in the middle of the picture, but I don't know for sure. I've never done any hiking here as of yet, so I couldn't tell you for sure. And it's funny. It's funny. I was just talking to myself. I said, "Oh, it would be so terrible to be on this road in a car." And the thing is that I was riding more often than not in the middle or off to the far right of the road, because you'd get to sections where the cars had driven. It was the roughest part of the road, so it's kind of funny how it had worked out that way. And yeah, the road started to peak and then start down. So this was kind of got a little precarious in spots. And right now I was just practicing my engine braking, and I was in first gear, just coasting down this hill. And I got a little squirrely coming down the second set of curves. Kind of got a little nervous. Yeah, right here I swung like far, far left into the oncoming lane. And I was just thinking that I probably would have hit a car if there was a car there, but and as of this point I was kind of getting, the road was getting uneven, and I thought it was turning into mud up here, but it was just this hard rock asphalt and this. And I was coming down, and I was getting closer and closer to the city of Agualva, and I was getting the scenery was beginning to look a lot of a lot like what I had seen when I was trying to come up the other way. But and then it turns down to the left here. Yeah, there's this car here, and they're coming up this road, and I'm like, that does not even look like something I want to ride down. So I kept going straight. And I don't know if you can see this guy that I passed. Yeah, right there. It's like crazy man. And I'm like, no, I'm going the right way, I'm going the right way. But it keeps climbing. And so I kind of doubt myself, and I'm like, no, I'll keep going. And then I ride maybe a couple 100 meters. And yeah, I wasn't too excited about heading down the road, to be quite honest, because it did look really, really difficult, as you will soon find out it was. But I begin to turn around in this tight road. And then I come up here, and I'm like, oh, I'll ask the crazy shepherd man. And this guy, he looked kind of crazy. But I slow down. I got the bike in neutral. And I asked, I asked him if it's this way, like, or is it behind me, or is it down to the left? And he goes, you have to go down. You have to go down. So I did go the wrong way, and I was like, oh no. But I was thinking to myself, how do those little cars make it up this way? Let alone me try driving up this road on my motorcycle. And then starts the adventure for sure. And I turn to the right a little bit. And I'm just like, I do not want to head down this thing because it's just rocks and boulders and like gravel. And I'm not even like wearing good clothes, like boots to hike if I need to or anything. I'm in like sneakers, some expensive jeans that were given to me. And so I tried putting it in neutral and I was just going to coast down, but I just shut it off. And then I was like, why is the back locking up? And what I had done is I had popped it into first. Tire started dragging on me. So I just turned the key and I started coasting down again. And I let the clutch out here and then the bike starts on again. But it started to smooth out after that bit. And I'm like, water, and my nice shoes. I'm like, forget it, let's go. And I'm like, and my socks were soaked, and my shoes were soaked straight through, so, but it was fun. And so I start up this way, and it starts to really smooth out, even though you can see those huge boulders, but yeah, it started to smooth out, and this began to look really, really familiar. And so I hung a left. And I was like, oh man, I was so close, because if you look at the white building up ahead, I had seen the building previously on another ride, but I didn't know quite where I was. And that's because I came up here and I had gone straight through that intersection instead of heading to the right. No, excuse me, I'd gone to the right here. And I was like, oh, so close. But And then I start riding down into Agualva, and you can see these pretty cool houses and the way that they just kind of open up into the street. And people look at you like you're the crazy gringo. Of course I am in bright yellow with a camera on my helmet, and didn't quite know what to think. And it's funny, I think it's up here. I think I had him on camera. But maybe I didn't. But there was this guy that was dressed up in like this sailor outfit, and I didn't know what the heck he was doing. But yeah, I don't think it's in this video, but I'll see if I can find a clip of it. But yeah, right here they were doing construction, and it was just gravel, and I'm like, I made it through that long road, and here I am gonna fall on my face on this road. But yeah, that's the road right up there. Hopefully you took my commentary, and thanks for watching. Hopefully I can keep making more of these. And thanks for watching. Please spread the word of the videos. And I really am going to be working to get some equipment to record in the helmet, but right now just budget doesn't allow, so, but oh well, it will get better. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.